Yo, what's up? So, I wanted to talk about really nothing. I wanted to talk about how I saw a girl look at some guy just so lovingly and maybe it wasn't lovingly, maybe that's just a cope, right? It's like, oh bro, they can't actually love each other. They just whatever. It's like sure, whatever. But the point is in that moment, she was looking at that at her boyfriend, her date, whatever the guy was, as if he was, as if he was the greatest thing ever, right? And then I thought, damn, it's like, isn't that so crazy? I know it's something that, is repeated over and over and over. But the thing is, it's repeated over and over because it's just such a big deal. Like, how can, how can the life of someone else like of two people of the same species living in the same country, right? And really just the same general area, right? We don't even have to say we're both living in the me and that guy both live in the western US, right? But yet our lives are so different, right? Isn't that so crazy how it's just little things like that, little things like bones that you pay no attention to can make such a huge difference, right? Because I guarantee you that guy didn't, he wasn't anything special, right? Nothing. Well, like I don't want to say that he was like a bad person or anything, right? But he wasn't anything that some perma online was it I was gonna say Redditor, but no, it's like some perma online, you know, basement dwelling loser, incel, whatever. Uh, that's always on some kind of like forums or whatever. They would say, "Oh, bro, it's over for him," right? Yet he had this girl who I'm sure realistically she was just an average normal girl, but obviously due to what is it? It's not looks inflation, but the fact that the phenomena that males will overrate females, right? So of course I'm gonna think, oh yeah, she's cute, so it's like of course I'm gonna overrate her and to some extent underrate him, right? Even though I'm sure technically they're both somewhat average, right? But then again, you have to account for the fact that an average, right? An average normal female will always somewhat be valued a bit higher than a normal average male, right? So they're technically not even equals. But yeah, he was just a normal average guy, right? Yeah, he had a girl who was at least cute, right? Look at him so lovingly, and it was kind of crazy. And I just thought, damn, it always brings me back to that one quote. I'm sure that guy's. I'm pretty sure he's not subscribed to this channel, right? Because I kind of stopped seeing his comments at the end of my other channel. But still, shout out to a troubled mind, right? It's been legit a year, and I still remember that guy, right? With one of the OG subscribers from the other channel, right? It's like from the very beginning, and then yeah, I'll still never forget that comment he wrote because it just so real, so relatable, despite him being so much younger, right? Not even that much younger. I think he's like 4 or 5 years younger. But yeah, how some girl went out on a pity date with him, and for a brief moment in time, he said yeah, he was finally able to feel human. And that's the thing, right? I always think about that because I thought about it all the time when I was walking around Costco with my ex EGF, right? It's like, wow, it's like I finally feel human. I finally get, not even just there, right? Just anywhere with her, right? It's like you're finally human, right? It's like this thing that other people take for granted. Because they take it for granted, right? Because no other eventually everyone takes everything that seems normal for granted, right? Like I'll take having a car for granted, 110% sure. Like I'm not even gonna deny that. It's like I'll take having a car for granted. I'll take having food for granted. I take it for granted that I can just get up there and could go to a toilet with working plumbing and just if I want to, I could take a shit right there. Like I take that for granted. I take it for granted that I can just go and turn on a faucet, running clean water, good enough to drink. Someone's like, "Oh, bro, they got chemicals in the water to turn the frogs gay or whatever," right? It's like sure, but it's good enough to clean. In the worst case scenario, or not good, it's good enough to drink. It's clean enough to drink. Worst case scenario, like I have no other source of water, I can drink from that, right? It's not the end of the world. I'm not gonna die of starvation. I'm not gonna die of dehydration, all that stuff. And I take it for granted 110%. So why wouldn't someone who gets a relationship, who gets validation every single day from some women, at least one woman, why would they not take it for granted, right? It just makes sense. Because eventually you do take it for granted because it becomes normal and you just stop observing it unless you have to really actively think about it. And even then, again, just thinking about it is really not that much, right? Because you can say it and try to be performative and fool yourself into thinking you are being thankful or grateful, but it's like, are your actions really reflecting that? For the most part, no, because a lot of people say, "Oh, bro, I'm so sick and tired of my girlfriend, right? She's always so nagging, right?" So then just break up with her. But they're like, "Well, I actually don't want to." Then it's like, then what are you doing, bro? It's like I said, it's just all performative talk, right? And then they'll say, "Oh, bro, girlfriend's not worth it." But then why don't you break up with your girlfriend the moment she starts nagging you or something, right? It's like, "Oh well, it's different, bro." it's like the gaslighting and mental gymnastics, the gold medal Olympic mental gymnastics that these people play is just insane, right? Whether if it's not that, it's like, "Oh, bro, well, it's survivorship bias. I did it, so that means you can do it. Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, bro." Whatever it is, right? It's always something, right? They think that if they can do it, then everyone can do it, right? But then again, why can't other people then, live off of 5 hours of sleep for what is it, like the past, like what is it, 12 years, right? It's like that's basically what I've done. I don't even remember the last time I slept for legit 8 hours, right? Yet people are like, "Oh, bro, just whatever. I could never do that," right? See, because everyone's different, right? It's like I don't even expect other people to be able to, function at a decent level, and to be able to, go to work, do all your other responsibilities on like 5 hours of sleep consistently, right? How many people can really do that, right? Not that many. But just because I can do it doesn't mean other people are like, "Oh yeah." It's like, well, you get the point, right? It's like everyone's genetics are different, so it's just because you can do something doesn't mean you can do something, or that other people can do something. And then again, you don't even know, right? It's like, "Oh, bro, I did X, Y, Z, and then I got a girlfriend," right? But how do you, like I talked about in the other video, how do you know that that girl wasn't always going to ask you out, no, or be there, or that opportunity wasn't always going to happen, and it was just coincidence, right? You don't know because you can't isolate those variables, right? So it's like it is just it's reaching and just a cope at the same time, right? It's like, "Oh, bro, man, but my fragile ego won't let me say that I'm just too good, right?" It's like the people's fragile ego, the fragile male ego, won't let other guys admit that their stuff is luck, right? It's like, "Oh no, bro, I did hard work," right? Well, hard work doesn't actually guarantee anything, right? Because I'm sure tons of homeless guys do a lot of hard work collecting all those cans to recycle, right? Because that's all they can do all day long, right? They just collect cans to recycle to earn some spare change, sit on off ramps trying to collect change, all this stuff, right? You know, they got to do that all day to just scrape stuff together. That's hard work, right? And being outside homeless, they got to, like, find whatever food they can do, go to the bathroom wherever they can, all this stuff, right? Deal with probably cops harassing them for just being homeless, all this stuff. That's hard work, right? No one's going to deny that. It's not easy being homeless. Yet, they're most homeless people's, hard work never pays off, right? They just end up staying homeless and stuff, and because hard work, because the world isn't just, right. You can think, oh, bro, it should be this way, so whatever, right? But that's not actually how the world works, right? If the world was just, then you know, then Jeremy Meeks wouldn't be a thing, right? That wouldn't be a thing. If the world was just, why why are the people who are politicians, or even not even the politicians, right? Because they're probably not even in charge, right? Why are the people that are in charge? Why are they in charge, right, of the world? If the world is just and like, oh, bro, good people and people who put in good effort to get rewarded, right? It's like no, because it's all luck, right? It's all luck, genetics, who you know, and that just kind of luck, right? If you're born into certain area, certain life circumstances that allow you to do certain things, then you get those certain opportunities, right? Because it's all luck, right? It's all luck. But fragile male ego won't let guys admit that. They have to think, oh no, bro, I'm morally superior just because I got lucky and everything I do is whatever, right? I know everything, bro. I know everything. It's my personality, right? That's all it is. It's just what they do, and so yeah, it was a long tangent off of just having just so much thoughts can run through your head, right? When you see that, it's like you see some woman looking at some guy so lovingly as if he's the best thing ever, right? And I don't even get mad or jealous about that, right? It's like I'm not even like, oh, bro, I hate that guy, whatever, like that. Like I don't even feel that way or like anything mad or I wouldn't say not jealous, like not. I guess maybe jealous is the right word. I think envy is the wrong word, though, right? Because envy is more, almost like jealousy with malicious intent. But it sure would, but so it can be kind of jealous, right? But it's like I don't even really wish ill on those people, right, or anything like that. It's just more so like I wish that could be me, but it never will be, right? It's like if you're born super short, you wanted to be a basketball player, right? But you never grew past like 5'4", like you stayed 5'4", and then you wanted to be a basketball player. You played basketball all the time when you were a kid, and your height was average back then, but you just never grew. Are you going to be kind of jealous of the guys who are taller and who make it to the NBA? Of course, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be like thinking about it and like you're not going to like completely like rot max, right? Is what I'm saying. You're not going to rot max. You're still going to live your life and do whatever, right? For the most part, but at the same time, you will think it's like, wow, wouldn't life be so different if I could have been taller and I could have been in the NBA and done all this stuff, right? I could have played basketball, my favorite thing in the world, like that, right? It's the same thing. It's like, what if I could have been born good enough for some woman to, find me attractive, to have experienced mutual attraction, right? Because mutual attraction is basically we can be realistic and say it's not impossible, right? But it's effectively impossible, because the chance of it ever happening is just so low. Sure, it's greater than zero, so it's not impossible, but it's so low and minuscule that it's effectively zero. That's the thing. And a lot of people will cope and try to argue, oh, bro, but it's not zero, so it's possible, right? Just keep on trying, bro. Just keep on trauma farming, right? But they just don't want to be realistic. But at some point, it's effectively zero, so there's no point. So yeah, so I mean, I wanted to talk about that, and then the other thing, which is a different topic, is I did do my favorite cope. I ended up going to the pet store, to PetSmart, because I just wanted to take my dog out to the store to walk around. Just a change of scenery from just a park, and to buy some dog food that she likes, and to also fulfill one of my favorite copes. Because every time I go to the pet store, I'll never not think about the phrase, "Oh, bro, chicks dig guys with dogs, right? And they love guys with dogs and all that stuff, right?" And I think about that phrase and the fact that sometimes, usually just old ladies, but sometimes the workers will stop and just try to talk to the dog or stuff like that, and of course they'll ask, "Oh, what's her name?" or whatever, right? But sometimes we don't even interact, right? They'll just come up and talk to the dog and not even me, right? So that's brutal sometimes. But at the register, my dog knows that the register people usually have treats. So if she just sits, she like goes up to them and sits down and just waits for them to give her food because, I guess she's just conditioned to, oh, if I sit down, eventually they'll give me food. So yeah, so she does that, and then sometimes the cashiers talk to her and then ask what the name is and blah blah, or can I give a treat or whatever. And yeah, and that's always nice, right? Because it's the nice thing about going to pet stores is a lot for I don't know why. I'm sure there's some reason. And I'm sure it is statistically true that there's just a lot of women that work there, and sometimes you get lucky and it is some cute girl working at the pet store, right? And it goes back to the other thought, right? Where you say, "Oh, bro, just build up." What Chat GPT sometimes tells me, it's like, "Oh, just build up familiarity, and then that girl will like you," right? But the thing is, I've gone to some of these pet stores for a decent amount of time, right? It's not like every week, right? But I'll go enough where sometimes they'll recognize the dog, right? Cause so it's like you can be a regular at a store, but it's not like I go almost every. I don't go every week, but it's like every a couple times a month, right? Especially to ones that are far away. But I go enough that sometimes the people will recognize the dog or whatever. So I have some level of familiarity of being a regular at those stores. Yet the cute girls there never really try to do and talk to me or anything. So like if that was true, right? If you needed to build up some level of familiarity, right? With just like with school, right? When you're in like you go to the same college class or even during like high school, right? When you go to the same class weekly or daily, and then so that you build up a familiarity with the girls, right? The girls eventually have to know, oh, this guy's in my class because they always see you there, right? Even if they're like, oh, this this creepy ugly guy's in my class, better watch out. There's some level of familiarity there, right? And the same thing with the pet store, right? It's like there's some level of familiarity built there for me going so much. Yet none of them ever, try to talk to me or do anything other than very superficial talk, right? So that's kind of a brutal reality, right? That they basically only talk to me for forced interactions, right? When they're checking, I'll say when they're checking me out, like checking out at the cash register, not like, oh, checking me out, like, oh, you're so hot, right? It's like that'd be the dream, right? But it's not. The thing is, like, you'd think maybe eventually, right? Because I like not to I don't. It's not like talking bad, but it's like eventually, a lot of the cute girls that you see, like realistically, yeah, they're attractive, but in the grand scheme of things, they're still kind of just average, right? They're they're not like, oh, you know a complete genetic anomaly that's like, oh, a complete 9 out of 10, right? It's like, why are you working here when you could be a model? No, they're just like an ordinary average cute girl, right? Kind of just like how some guys who can still get a girlfriend, but they're not like male models like 9 out of 10 or whatever. They're like average, normal, attractive, but what girls would still consider a cute guy. They're on that level, and still nothing, right? So because I guess that was a cope before, where I thought like, oh wow, maybe I can just be average, like just get an average girl, right? I'm just an average guy, I can just get an average girl. But obviously that's not true, right? Or else something already would have happened. Because like how long do you? It goes back to how long do you have to wait, right? It's like, oh, bro, just give it time, bro. Give it time. It's like, how much time do you have to give it? It's like you go through so many years of school, and then you go to college, and then you go post college and whatever. It's like, how much time do you have to give it? Do you have to be like the guy, that guy's, was it uncle or whatever, or his uncle or cousin or whatever? It's like, oh, bro, he got his first girlfriend at the retirement home at 80. It's like, is it that over? It's like you just have to wait till to pick up women who are basically blind at the retirement home, blind and deaf, basically barely alive at the retirement home. Is that the answer? So yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I at the same time though, going back to the pet store thing, I do feel sometimes kind of bad, and like it's almost messed up, right? That I go to the pet store and make those girls talk to me, right? Because obviously it's a forced interaction. If they didn't work, if they weren't working there, they wouldn't want to talk to me, right? They'd have no reason to talk to me. They would just talk to attractive guys or their boyfriend or whatever, right? They don't want to talk to me. It's just forced, right? So sometimes I do feel kind of bad, right? It's like you're making girls who don't want to talk to you, just to almost satiate that feeling. And like in my head, when I see them, it's like, hello, they're beautiful. But it's like then when I think about that, I think like, wow, imagine how cringy and how terrible it would be if I said that to them, right? They'd feel uncomfortable, and they'd be like, why are you talking to me? It's like, please get me out of here. What, right? But if the guy they actually liked said that to them, they'd feel all flattered and stuff, right? It's just a brutal difference. It's just a bone diff, bro. It's like, just like jungle diff, or it's like, it's a bone diff, bro. It's over. FF15, bro. Never began. So yeah, that's kind of it for now. Just wanted to talk about random stuff, and yeah, because I was gonna make a vlog this morning, but I woke up too late because I guess I was too tired. I slept in and woke up at, was it at 5 a.m. Then it's like, oh, bro, it's like that's whatever, right? It's like it's over when you wake up at 5 a.m. and you slept in, right? It's like, bro, I was supposed to wake up at like 3:30 to 4, so it's like I slept in by almost an hour. So it's like, oh, bro, wake up before the sunrise to get on that Sigma grind set. But I don't know. For sure, I'll try to do the life vlog thing when I'm in Vegas, right? But I don't know. I think this will come out after that one though, because I go to Vegas later this week. So I don't know. I don't know when they'll come out. Either you'll see something. You'll see something about Virgin Mobile and going to Vegas. So yeah, that's kind of it for now. Later.